Hi Virgo, welcome to the Modern Spiritualist. My name is Raheem. Today we're going to look at March for you guys. You can use this for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node. Since my emphasis is soul development, North Node is a good placement to look for. However, these are general readings and I read whatever comes through. So we don't stay there, and you can take what resonates and leave what does not. I did a Celtic Cross spread with a Quantum Tarot deck for you for March, plus a Catalyst Energy, which I use the Threads of Fate Oracle for. The Catalyst Energy is going to kind of serve as the thread that weaves all these together, and it will help you stay in the highest vibration possible so that you can utilize these energies to your advantage. So, if you get lost in process throughout the month, or you have, a wobble moment, you can kind of lean on the Catalyst Energy to get you back into flow. So we're going to start there. Threads of Fate Oracle. I pulled the Destruction card. So this month is a dismantlement month. This is about just moving away from energies that don't serve you. This doesn't feel, destruction's kind of a tower energy, but I'm not feeling like a huge shakeup the way that tower energies can sometimes come through. This feels more deliberate. Like one by one, you're kind of stripping away the things that are no longer working for you. So don't be afraid of this energy. I don't think any wild cards are going to be thrown at you necessarily. I think it's more like a deliberate process of, okay, what am I not carrying into my future? What doesn't represent who I am anymore? And really clearing out old baggage, old emotion, old mindsets, maybe even old habits. Yeah, old habits and lifestyle choices that don't serve you, that you don't feel represents you anymore, so that you can move away from this month feeling much more lighter and brighter. So really beautiful energy, really. Again, this is you making the choice to do this work. This isn't being thrown at you, I don't feel. I think enough has been thrown at you. So this is a month to really step into your power, okay? If you can hear that noise in the background, that is my rabbit chewing on her cage. Can't stop it, it's just gonna happen. Okay. Moving into the Celtic Cross spread, we have the Eight of Swords. So this is your center point here. So this is, I'm just getting, the smoky mirror kind of deal, where you're kind of looking at the lens through which you view reality and realizing that it's not working. I mean, maybe not in its entirety. It's not like you have to start from scratch, but you're looking at the things that aren't working, the mindsets that are holding you back, and choosing to dismantle them, like I said with the Destruction card. Eight of Swords is all about the way that you restrict yourself, your own limiting beliefs and patterns, the ways in which you view reality that just don't feel good to you. And reality is whatever you want it to be, so you can always change your lens. And so I think this is how you're looking at it this month is, how do I change my lens? How do I create focus and clarity? And also there's this emphasis on can you zoom out and zoom in? I think Virgo, you tend to get very stuck in a detail. And while that's not a critique, while that's beneficial in a lot of ways, your detail-oriented mindset, I think if you can get myopic if you're looking at this one specific thing and it feels like your whole universe, when if you just zoomed out a little bit, you would see that the greater reality is much more beautiful and joyous. And maybe you're just looking at this little coffee stand or watermark or whatever, and saying, oh, this is my world. When in reality, if you just zoom out of that microscopic kind of lens and just kind of view things from a wider perspective, and you can go as wide as you want. You can be, human perspective of just being in this location and this time and place. You can also zoom out even more into the macrocosm and kind of see, the greater reality that's kind of weaving everything together. And in that way, you can kind of, instead of feeling stuck, feel supported because there's this greater role that the universe is playing. And, getting into that perspective, the macrocosm, you can kind of see okay, there's a path forward for me here. I'm bigger. I'm part of this, greater reality. I don't have to stay here. I don't have to stay in this one little spot. Okay, and I think it's going to help you guys. You're just examining your own limiting beliefs and patterns and removing them from your consciousness, from your conscious awareness, from your field of vision. Yeah, beautiful. Crossing that energy, we have the Sun card. Another beautiful energy. Yeah, I mean, this is saying that you really do have access to this greater reality around you, this greater expression. Um, hmm. And this is also a powerful manifestation energy. You see, when we're trapped in our limiting beliefs and patterns, it's really hard for us to manifest, uh, because what we're focused on is what's not working or what we think isn't working, and we tend to bring more of the same. And so the Sun card is saying, as you zoom out of your perspective, as you kind of get a greater sense of the landscape outside of you, the bigger, greater landscape around you, you can kind of come into your bigness because, I mean, from one perspective, viewing your life from this greater cosmic screen of space as if you're like in space and you're looking at the earth, or from the outside looking in. One perspective you could take is that it could make you feel small, but what I like to think of is, since we're all a part of this fabric that we as reality, we're not separate from it. It actually brings us into our bigness, and it makes us realize how much we actually are capable of achieving, of creating, of doing, of manifesting. And so, the sun energy is kind of saying, can you take the perspective of being the sun? Can you be the sun? Can you shine down on the earth? And from that place, can you realize what is truly possible for you? And so I think that's the invitation here. In your past affecting the present, we have the Four of Swords. Yeah, this has been haunting everyone. The Four of Swords and the Four of Cups has shown up in like every reading, like one or the other. So yeah, Four of Swords. I feel a lot of fatigue from you, like feeling like you just can't get ahead, that you don't have energy, or that things are really placing a drain on your energy. And what I'm feeling is that it's actually your own mindset that got you into this fatigue. The ways that you beat yourself down, berate yourself, or restrict yourself, um, is really weighing down on you. The sense of self-inflicted fatigue is what I'm feeling here. Um, mm. And so the Sun card is all about energy. I mean, also, this is just dropped in. If you're not taking vitamin D, do so. Get some over-the-counter vitamin D that can actually help with fatigue. And this could not be more self-explanatory, I think. So get some vitamin D in your system, by the way. But anyway, I mean, these are antithetical. Like, these are opposites in the sense of, like, this is about fatigue. This is about being a powerhouse of energy, right? So you are coming into a space this month where if you do the clearing work, this Eight of Swords work, you remove your limiting beliefs, your restricting patterns, etc. You're gonna unload so much baggage, right? Destruction. This is all about clearing the slate. So you're gonna unload so much baggage that you're just gonna be the sun. You're gonna be beaming. You're gonna have all this energy available to you. So this is saying, don't take your fatigue into this next cycle because you don't have to. You're going to be able to free up a bunch of energy that's now going to be available to you. Okay, so believe in yourself. Stop weighing yourself down. You can do this. You can get out of this. In your foundation this month, we have the Hangman, also haunting everybody. Mm-hmm. So this is about taking a new perspective, particularly a higher perspective, because I keep getting a pull to this Sun card really kind of being central to this whole thing. So zoom out. Zoom out of the details of what isn't working on like the microscopic level. Zoom into this greater space, this greater awareness, the perfection that encompasses the little imperfections, right? That's what's available to you this month. So this is about changing your perspective. And with that perspective change, everything else is going to shift too. Everything in your life is going to shift. And so that's what's grounding you this month. That's what's keeping you here, keeping you stable. So you can really lean on to that. What mindset changes moving forward is going to open up a space for you, right? That's the invitation there. Crowning you this month, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Let's start with the Ace of Pentacles. Both really good energies. Let's start with the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so you can feel this new start. You can feel it. It's like you're being prepared for it, but it's also starting now. Like, as you're clearing the slate, you're already kind of entering this new chapter because you're freeing your energy up so much. And you're allowed to be there. You're allowed to be in the empty space if you want. But it feels like you are kind of twofold in terms of, like, it doesn't seem like you're in the void. It seems like as things are dismantling, new things are forming. So it's kind of happening all at once, I feel. The nice thing about the Pentacles is everything that you're doing, the inner work here the inner work of clearing the negative beliefs, the limiting beliefs and patterns, etc., the stuff that has been weighing you down, not only are you going to just feel so much better and lighter, but because of the sun energy here, you think about how like the sun shines on the earth, and then the earth, grows from that. Grass grows, life forms. The relationship between the sun and the earth is what creates this rich fertility, right? And so you're entering fertile ground here, and the pinnacles, both of them, is an indication that the inner work that you do this month is going to actually manifest success in your physical material world. So that means increased money, increased wealth, increased resources for you. So there's real tangible benefits to what you're doing. Even if you don't see them right now, Ace of Pentacles is the seed of potential. And so you're planting the seed, it's not flowering yet, right? As long as you water it, it will. And so that is the invitation here. Continue to water your seeds and see what happens. Have a little patience, a little grace, and a little trust, okay? But it's paired with the Nine of Pentacles, which is, the results of what has already grown. And so here, it's sort of like, whatever work you have done leading up to here, you already have something to harvest. Things already have grown, which you can now utilize to put towards this newer, bigger start. And so this is, an invitation to express appreciation for all the work that you've already done. You've gotten yourself to this point, and that is amazing, okay? So, you're worthy of congratulations. You're worthy of looking back and reviewing all the work that you've already done and admiring the good work that's in that. Harvesting, what has already been planted and grown, and then using what you've been harvesting to kind of launch you off into this new and even bigger, better, brighter start, okay? So this is promising. If you stay on this path, you will see your rewards manifested in the tangible, physical, material reality, okay? And also make note of the ways that that's already happening. Okay, new circumstance this month, we have the moon. Yeah, so this is gonna require emotional energy. While some of the limiting beliefs and patterns, can be mindset changes, and a lot of this is about mindset shift, I think the mindset shift is particularly important because you need to be able to get into a mindset that allows you to explore the depths of your emotions, because that's where the real change is going to happen. So opening yourself up to your emotional landscape is really important this month. And so any mindsets that are in the way of that, fear, shame, judgment, any kind of belief that you can't handle your own emotions, or that if you embrace your emotions, everything's going to fall apart, fear of the intensity of them, the potential intensity, any kind of mindset that keeps you out of good relationship with your emotions needs to be addressed, because the only way that you can truly move forward is to embrace the full depth of your emotional landscape, okay? So the moon is inviting you to do that, to go deep, to go in, to open up a space where you can engage with your emotions and have a conversation, okay? This is saying no more avoidance, no more avoiding your emotions. It's time to step up. Your ego this month, we have the Queen of Swords. Beautiful. This has also just been collectively haunting everyone. This is a Libra energy. I think Virgo too, like the third decan of Virgo. Yeah. So late Virgos, this is your energy as well. So I kind of feel like you're ready to roll. You're ready to do this work. You are in the right frame of mind to change these mindsets and patterns. Maybe even the right frame of mind to step into your emotional landscape. It feels like you're dedicated and committed to doing the work, many of you. It also feels like, the way that you can go about it is very systematic. And so, the way that I have clients, and I have a couple clients that are Virgos, the way that I have clients, do self-limitation work is, write out all of the limiting beliefs and then flip the scripts. And so it looks like that's a good route for you guys in terms of, figuring out what your restrictions are, your self-inflicted restrictions. Just write them all out. Where do you stand now in terms of your limiting beliefs and patterns? What is your self-talk like? Write them all out and see where you're really at. What things do you say to yourself on a daily basis, and just start there. Gather what is, and then think about what you would rather have be true, and just kind of move on from there. It looks like you're in a great place to kind of systematically work through these things. So you're in a logical place. The important thing about being in that logical place is, yes, it's supportive for you, and that does not mean that you ignore the emotional bit, okay? So that's just my one caveat there. In your environment, we have the Chariot. Yeah, so you're going to move fast through this. The moment you decide, I'm committed to this work, and you start doing it, you embrace your emotions, you address the negative beliefs and patterns, and you flip them. You dismantle all the baggage that is keeping you stuck and holding you back. The second you do that, it's just like, boom, the sun, right? Like you just opening up to this like clear landscape, and you just have the pure green light, and you're just going to rocket forward. And it looks like the environment is supporting that. So opportunities may come in this month, or you just may get the right adjustment or be set off on some sort of trajectory that is just like boom, 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 and you're just off to the races. And so this is a high achievement card. It looks like you're doing good work in the world this month as well, and it doesn't look like the inner work is going to deter you from that. It looks like it's all just going to help you. So if you can embrace all of this, this Chariot energy is available to you. You are just off to the races. You're setting off. Okay, so that's great. Good job, Virgo. You're doing great work, both inner and outer this month, and I love that for you. Okay. Hopes and fears this month, we have the Knight of Wands. Beautiful. I'm sorry. Yeah, Knight of Wands. Okay, beautiful energy. Yeah, so I think, this is the hope and the fear, is you are going to take off quick. I think the hope here is, of course, you want to free yourself from your restrictions. You want to achieve your wildest dreams. You want to be happy. You want to do stuff in the world. You want to move forward. And so, that's the hope, and it is happening. The Chariot is saying it is happening. It's happening this month. The fear here is also, you don't know who you're going to be on the other side of this, and you don't know what's going to happen next. And so I think it's just fear of change, or fear of, oh, what if I'm not ready? Yeah, that's coming in really strongly. Like, what if I'm not ready? And my answer to that is, if you weren't ready, this wouldn't all be happening. This in the environmental card is kind of saying you can't escape the Chariot. It's going to happen around you, which means the universe is creating a space in which you can rocket off, right? And so the universe wouldn't be doing that if you weren't ready. So step into your power a little bit. Remind yourself that, this is happening because you are ready. You're here, and you've committed to the work. You have what it takes, and you're going to do it. And that is going to help you. And, if a little healthy fear is good, you can walk with your fear. It doesn't have to stop you. I've told that to multiple signs this month, is don't let your fear stop you. You can't get rid of fear. It's biological, right? But you can walk with your fear. And I think I was saying this to Taurus as well. The way that I approach my fear is I just treat my fear like a child. When I'm about to do something really brave, but something that I need to do for me, and fear comes up and says, no, what if, or you're going to die, or, you're not ready for this, or, any kind of thing to that nature, whatever ways that my fear is showing up in my thoughts, I just say, hey, it's okay. We're going to get through this. We've done scary things before. We've only changed for the better. This is no different, okay? And that's how I walk with my fear. I just kind of hold their hand and treat them like a child, and I do it anyway. So that's a good frame of mind to get into. You can't banish fear. All you can do is, establish a new kind of relationship with it. So that's the invitation here. Your outcome this month, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. It's an earth energy. It's Capricorn energy. And it is the energy of fertility, in a nutshell, as is the Nine of Pentacles. This is who you're becoming, Virgo. You are stepping into this energy where you realize that you can create fertile ground for yourself. Yes, you're going to need support from other people. The nature of Queen of Pentacles is she's very independent, but she's also aware that, she's part of this ecosystem, and an ecosystem by nature supports itself by, the different roles that species play in it support each other. I was telling this to Leo, I think. Yeah, like, if you think about the Lion King, like, the lion eats the antelope. The lion dies, it's fertilized by the grass and the decomposers, and the antelope eats the grass, and it just kind of goes on like that. That's what the Queen of Pentacles understands about life. Like, yes, she runs by her own code, she does her own work, she slots into her niche, basically. Like, the Queen of Pentacles is in her niche, or niche, however you want to say it. I don't want to get berated in the comments. Niche, whatever, entirely. And so, yes, she fulfills her role, and her role does encompass, the other things in her life that she supports or that support her. So it's opening up to that sense of interdependence. Like, yes, we need each other, and I am bang on. I'm doing what I need to do, right? And so it's coming out of this like fear of asking for help. It's stepping into a deeper sense of empowerment of like, yes, I have a responsibility for my own soul's purpose, to fulfill my own soul's purpose. I am on that path. I'm doing my work, and look at all these people alongside me, right? And so that's the invitation here, is you're stepping into this role as this Queen of Pentacles who is independent, she's interdependent, she knows what she's doing, she has help along the way, and that does not prevent her from being the queen that she is. It actually helps her, right? So, yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys. It looks like you're doing really, really good work this month, both inner and outer. And so, again, I want to just say about the moon energy really quickly. Because the Chariot is here in your environment, this is basically a safety card saying whatever you're doing in the physical material world, you're going to be able to carry out this month. Nothing's going to stop you. And so your emotions are not going to derail you this month. Trust your own meter, obviously, but embrace your emotions. They're not here to beat you up this time around. They really aren't. I mean, not that all of them will be pleasant necessarily. Part of the deep inner work is, addressing the things that hurt us, but it's addressing the things that hurt us so that we can heal and let it go. And so remember, this month is about letting your baggage go, not clinging on to things that you no longer need, that aren't serving you. And so you can embrace your emotions, and all that's going to do is ultimately support you in your endeavors and everything that you're doing this month, okay? And the more you address them, I think the more opportunities are going to crop up for you in the physical material world. So just keep in mind, your emotions are the key to this castle here. Your emotions are the key. And you will be in enough of kind of like a logical place, I think, in terms of mode of operation, that you're going to be able to you have to strike a balance between your emotions and your logic. But your logic can't beat up your emotions and vice versa. They need to work together. That's key. Your emotions and your logic need to work together. They need to be friends. If they're fighting each other, something's out of balance, and so you'll need to address that, okay? And through that, like unification of logic and emotions, that's where the sun comes in, that's where the Chariot comes in, that's where you're kind of off to the races and fertility happens. So, yeah, that is your situation this month. Please let me know in the comments how these are playing out for you in your life. I'd love to hear it. If you would like to schedule something with me so that you can get clarity, come up with a plan moving forward, help if you need help addressing these emotions, if you need help addressing the limiting beliefs, then yeah, schedule something with me and we will discuss what we can do for you to get this ball rolling. So I'd love to work with you. You can schedule something with me in the box below. Hit like if you like this video, subscribe if you want to see the next video in April, and I will see you guys then. Love you, good luck, have fun.